Knots are one of the most essential aspects of fishing. Knots are important for maximizing your casting distance. This is important because there's going to be areas and ponds where you're going to want to reach, and sometimes if you don't have a good enough knot, that lure is going to break off if you're casting 50, 60 yards. Another thing is the strength. When you're fighting a big fish, say pike, bass, cut to clips of that right now, you're going to want strong line, and strong line comes with strong knots. The blood knot, the uni knot, and the Palomor knot. These are all great for freshwater fishing, no matter where you fish. Saltwater, obviously, you're going to need tougher knots, but I can always make a video on that. By learning these 3 simple knots I'm about to teach you, you will obviously become a way better angler. If you memorize these and learn these down, I promise you, your fishing experience is going to be a whole lot better than just snapping lures and losing line. So, let's get into it.
All right, so here's your basic Palomor knot. You're going to want to start with a double loop, and you're going to slowly, I'm playing the video on 1.1 speed, so it's easier. You're going to slowly wrap it through, and you're going to form that basic knot. And as you wrap this double loop back through that knot, don't tighten the knot just yet. You're going to wrap that loop you have coming through the knot around that swivel, hook, lure, whatever you want. And this is going to be your basic Palomor knot. Now as you wrap it around, as the animation is showing, wrap it around, and then as soon as it is fully wrapped around your swivel, lure, hook, whatever you want, you can tighten it. There you go. That's your basic Palomor knot. Now it is time for your basic blood knot. Now there's 2 types of blood knot. One, the blood knot being to tie a line onto a swivel, but today we're going to be learning the blood knot that you tie 2 lines together. So you have your blue line, you have your red line. Your red line, you're going to wrap around your blue line 3 to 4 times. I wouldn't recommend anything more than 4 times because then it kind of just gets a little messy. And you don't want to mess around with that, especially if you have big fingers, or, you know, you're just not that talented at knot making. So as you wrap that red line around the blue line, you're going to pull back up, and there's going to be a seam between that blue and red line. And you're going to put that red line through the seam. And then after that is pulled through, do not tighten just yet because your blue line, as the animation is showing, has to go up and around the red line. And so, again, 2 to 3 times, 4 times, no more than that. Wrap that around the red line. And as you wrap it around, you need to make sure you have enough line from the blue and the red to pull that back down through the seam in the opposite direction. And so as that blue line comes through the seam, you will have made your first blood knot. I recommend lots of practice with this one. It's pretty difficult, but it helps a lot when tying 2 lines together. This is your uni knot. Now the uni knot can also be a line where you tie 2 lines together, but here's the single one. So as you wrap that uni knot through the hook, you're not going to cross over and make an average knot. You're going to pull that line back down towards you without making a knot. This is essential. It's a little tricky, so you're going to need lots of room, lots of line. Then you're going to wrap that uni knot around the 2 lines because they aren't connected just yet. I would only wrap 3 or 4 times, preferably, because, again, you don't want to get too messy with this line. Just nice, neat, and tidy. The animation does it 5 times. I'm sure that's okay. Then you're going to wrap that around, pull the line through the loop, tighten it, and there you go. You have your uni knot. This one's my favorite because it's nice and strong.
Those are your 3 simple knots: the blood, the uni, and the Palomor. Now, build your confidence, keep working on them, and I'm sure your freshwater experience will get better as a whole. If you want to see more, like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, folks, we'll see you next time on Risky Fishing.